Hey, if you're new here but enjoying the content, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button. Join us. Thanks. Alright, good morning. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan. Trusted member of the media. Unlike Rotten Tomatoes, as we enter day 3 of Rotten Tomato Gate. So what happened? We've got a movie called Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson, who has decided that she is an activist rather than an actress, and she's out there talking about, differentiating between people of color and white males, the people who are in her press pool, who are allowed to follow her around on her junket, her junkie junket, and talk about and do all the reporting on Captain Marvel. This has, of course, resulted in a backlash from fandom. They don't like racism. They don't like this kind of sexist bigotry out of Brie Larson, and they have let it be known in any way that they possibly can. We're talking about it here on YouTube, on Twitter, and there's a website called Rotten Tomatoes, which is a movie review aggregate site that, lets you know about upcoming movies. It's going to collect all the reviews once they come in and average them out so you know whether or not Captain Marvel is bad or just terrible. And also, there's an opportunity for you guys to say, look, I'm interested in going to see this movie, or click the other box, I'm not interested in going to see this movie. Or there used to be that's called the want to see feature of Rotten Tomatoes. Unfortunately for Rotten Tomatoes, I suppose, they had to deal with this incredibly awful controversy in which Captain Marvel was overrun with people registering their displeasure with Brie Larson's behavior by clicking the don't want to see. I don't want to see Captain Marvel. Terrible that these people were doing this. Of course, it drove down Captain Marvel's want to see score to 26% before suddenly, Sunday evening, Rotten Tomatoes pulled the plug on the whole thing. It probably would have hit 0% eventually. 0% want to see Captain Marvel. The way the votes were coming in, everybody was clicking, I don't want to see Captain Marvel. Rotten Tomatoes suddenly, inexplicably, pulled the plug and then made this great big excuse about how, this is all part of an overhaul. This is an overhaul to Rotten Tomatoes. It has nothing at all to do with Disney. It has nothing to do with Captain Marvel. I'm sure we were just going to do this anyway. And that's part of what's happening here. Rotten Tomatoes is now lying, actively lying. This happened last night. Rotten Tomatoes president, we didn't change the site to protect Captain Marvel. Users will no longer be able to leave a review for a movie that hasn't yet hit theaters, among other changes. I don't know what this is right here. I didn't know people were able to leave a movie review for a movie that hadn't come out yet. I think the main issue at stake was this want to see feature that allowed people to decide and let other people know whether they were interested in going to see this movie or were not. And this was something that applied all across the board. You could click, I want to see Citizen Kane. I don't want to see, what's an awful movie? I don't want to see, any random Transformers movie. I'm sorry, I don't like them. I don't like these Transformers movies. Maybe Bumblebee. But Transformers, no. Listen, they took it down. They got tired of it. It was, I think Disney got scared and kind of said, hey, look, you guys, we've had to downgrade our opening weekend box office expectations now 4 times. Let's stop these guys from kind of getting the word out that this movie is unpopular with normal people, with non-SJWs. Now that they've done that, they are denying that it happened. They're denying their motivation for doing this. And also they're lying about what the issue was. It wasn't about people leaving a review for a movie they hadn't seen. It was about people downvoting the idea, expressing a lack of enthusiasm for going to see the movie on opening weekend. So review site, this site here, this is cnet.com. They're going to assist Rotten Tomatoes in perpetuating the lie. Brie Larson, look at this cheerful, can you imagine? Sunshine on my shoulder makes me miserable. Oh my God, just bleakness. Blank face, plank of wood. Brie Larson stars as Captain Marvel in the upcoming Marvel movie. The film has received numerous negative comments on Rotten Tomatoes from site users who had not seen it, but referenced Larson's comments about wanting diverse critics. It's not just that she wanted diverse critics, it's that she wanted fewer white males, she said, which was weird. Review site Rotten Tomatoes is instituting some changes, leading many to believe it's responding to the recent controversy over the site's Captain Marvel page. But Paul Yanover, president of Fandango, which owns the site, told CNET that that's not the whole story. It isn't, Paul. In case you were snapped away by Thanos in an Avengers Infinity War and thus missed the recent controversy, here's a recap. Captain Marvel doesn't come out until March 8th. Users were already leaving negative comments about the film on Rotten Tomatoes. A process dubbed review bombing. Many recent comments seem to come from those who are angry at star Brie Larson. The changes are not simply a reaction to, oh gee, there's so much noise created around certain movies, Yanover said. Yes, some adjustments are aimed at what he calls noise reduction when high-profile films such as Captain Marvel or Star Wars movies attract trolls with agendas. By the way, the only trolls with agendas are Disney and these wackadoos right here. Are you kidding me? I mean, thank you for introducing us to the president of Fandango, but this is the president of Rotten Tomatoes right here. Yeah, there is an agenda. There is a feminist agenda associated with this movie, and you can see it everywhere you go. You can see these people actively campaigning to make sure that dissenting voices against this movie, people who are saying this movie looks kind of weird. This movie, it seems to have a little bit of, little nudge of activism behind it, a little SJWism behind this film. It's a little bit weird, it's a little bit peculiar, and people are now responding to Brie Larson, who's out there acting as though she's a politician rather than an actress promoting a popcorn flick. It's a little odd. So this is all a lie. This idea that like you guys closed this down for no particular reason. The timing, didn't really mean anything. Yeah, might seem peculiar, but no, there's nothing to it. This is part of a long-term site strategy, and that site strategy is to shut people out of actually interacting with the films and giving feedback, much needed feedback, believe me, to Hollywood. Larson drew fire in part for telling Marie Claire magazine that she had noticed the critics covering her films were overwhelmingly white male. What can I tell you? Us white dudes, we love superhero movies. We love them. We don't like to be excluded from the opportunity of seeing superhero movies, and we don't like to be told that we don't matter when it comes to the box office receipts of superhero movies. And yet, after that was confirmed by a USC study, she said, moving forward, I decided to make sure my press days were more inclusive. She's also spoken out to support underprivileged girls seeing the film. Wow, this is something else. Actually, what she's doing is she's advocating box office or charities called the Captain Marvel Challenge, charities in quotes, that were set up kind of in a very suspicious way. They all seem to be grassroots, but they're all connected at the heart. And what they are is they're collecting $18. They're collecting money to send underprivileged, starving, hungry, impoverished girls to see Captain Marvel at full ticket price. They're actually collecting money. Disney couldn't just get it together enough to donate the money to send underprivileged girls to see Captain Marvel for free, if that's so important. No, these charities are literally box office grossing. They're collecting money for Captain Marvel's box office. This money, which is given out of the kindness of people's heart, people who are a little confused about what they're doing, I would say, is going straight into Disney's box office. And the girls, the underprivileged girls, quote unquote, are just a means to an end. And that is kind of odd. That is kind of suspicious. And then you've got Brie Larson out there going, out on TV talking about promoting the Captain Marvel Challenge charities that collect money to send underprivileged girls to go see Captain Marvel for free, even though all of that money buys tickets at full box office price that goes straight over to Disney. You've got her talking about how, yeah, these underprivileged girls, what they really need to do is see a real powerful woman like myself. That's going to change everything for them. Not a sandwich, not clothes, not shoes, not a better education, not medicine, anything like that. They need a 2-hour movie, a 2.5-hour movie starring me. They need to look at me for a little while. Listen, Brie Larson is a profoundly strange human being. I think that's been established throughout this movie. She is very, very weird, kind of hostile, kind of odd, and people want to register somewhere. They just want to let people know somewhere that they're not happy with her behavior. Look at her. Yeah, girls should come see me. Yeah, this is what we want. We want a lot of poor kids with this look on their face watching Brie Larson, this woman here, punching 80-year-old women on the subway. That's really what we need to collect money for. We need kids to see that in a dark room while they have empty bellies. Rotten Tomatoes here is lying. Rotten Tomatoes is now part of some weird Disney conspiracy, and there's nothing new about this. Disney does this all the time. Back in 2017, Disney ordered a blacklisting against the Los Angeles Times because they didn't like the coverage of what they were saying about Disney, and so they actually actively leaned on and pressured a news outlet, a media outlet, to make them change their whole attitude. You don't think that's what's going on right here? Of course it is. Fortunately, the people rose up and pressured Disney, and Disney backed down. They had to. I mean, you know, this is becoming a monopoly that is way too powerful. They have, not only are they leaning towards social justice at this point and filling their movies with all kinds of weirdo, wacko, far left progressive agenda, but they're also bullying the media. And this has to stop. There's a precedent for this. It's happened. It's happening right now. And Rotten Tomatoes is actually complying. They're compliant to Disney. They are removing the opportunity for us, the fans, to actually let Disney know that we don't like any of this, that we don't like how this is going. In response, Rotten Tomatoes does exactly what they say. They take down the want-to-see aspect of their site, the interactive opportunity for fans to tell movie producers and Hollywood that they're not interested in this, that they're not happy about the way this movie is going. They only care, Hollywood, Disney, only cares about their bottom line. They only care about having a big opening weekend, and they know the big opening weekend is vital because probably the second weekend isn't going to do so good. Not after word gets out that this movie has very little to do with Avengers Endgame. You don't need to see this movie in order to see the next Avengers movie. That deception is what is keeping them hopeful that people are going to feel forced, they're going to feel coerced to see this movie in the box office next weekend. They don't need to. They don't need to. So this is a first week. Really, they got to hit it hard the first week. Now, Rotten Tomatoes is now complying to them and then lying to us about it. We didn't do it because of Captain Marvel. Well, that's weird. That's where the timing was odd. You couldn't have waited another couple of weeks before you made this drastic change. You yanked it in the middle of the night without warning on Sunday, and here you are 2 days later after incredible response from people complaining, people shocked that you would do this, that you would sell your credibility to Disney the way that you did, lying about it. Good for you. Look, we're all keeping our eye on you. I mean, our voices will be heard on social media. Our voices, we still talk to each other. We've got YouTube. We've got Twitter. Rotten Tomatoes was really nice, but if you're part of the conversation now, that's your fault. You've made yourself part of the conversation. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Please, I read them all. I read all your comments, and I respond usually to direct questions at me. So if you want to, if you have a question for me, I'll probably answer it. Also, please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Check and make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube is randomly unsubscribing people. It's part of the algorithm, I hope. Just a mistake, but just make sure you're still subscribed. Ring that bell for notifications, and please like this video and share it. Thank you very much, guys. Glad to have you in the family here, as a part of the family, as we continue to watch this weird phenomenon with Disney. First it was Star Wars, and now it's Captain Marvel. Well, there was Ghostbusters 2016, before that. But we're going to watch them. Maybe we're all going to learn the same lesson again together. I don't know if it's going to take or not, but we will watch it together. I'll keep track of it here at Comic Artist Pro Secrets for you. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Join the fandom menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.